Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea, and today I want to share with you what to do if you are a social media manager and you are leaving your position or you are leaving a particular client. So recently, I left a position that I held as a marketing manager for 20 years. 20. I mean, I set up that Facebook page in like 2005 for them. It was marketing for my family's company, and it just got to be to where it was too much. I wanted to do other things, and I still love marketing, still want to talk to you guys about it. But I had to leave all of the marketing stuff in somebody else's hands, which had never been done before. I mean, I was the original marketing manager for them. So I wanted to share with you some best practices that I used to have a smooth transition to a new marketing manager, a new social media manager. Because as you know, when you are managing the social media of a company, no matter what the size, there's going to be a million logins, a million different accounts that you have set up, subscriptions that you might have that you need to account for. And so how do you organize all that? Because also the last thing that you want to do is leave somebody in a bad position where they're confused about something. They are just going to be cursing your name every time something bad happens if you don't leave them in good hands. Also, you want to get good reviews yourself as the social media manager. A lot of what we do is referral work. If you want to do freelance stuff, you don't want to have a bad reputation behind you on like, oh yeah, I had her and she left me in a mess. No, you want to have glowing reviews even when you leave a position or leave a client. So this is what I did and what I feel like is a great idea because it has been so smooth for anybody else who wants to change out of their social media managing job. First things first, if you did something that I would not recommend, which is using your personal email for anything involving this other company, definitely either get the email that they want to use so that you can transfer everything over first, or create just a generic email from Gmail, mycompany@gmail.com, and use that to change as all of the logins for all of these portals that you use as a social media manager. So definitely, if I could advise somebody if they were starting a job as a social media manager, never, ever, ever use your own personal information to set up an account for somebody else or some other business. Don't do that. But if you did, you can still get out of it because you can create an email for the company to use as all their different logins. And before you leave, you can go in and change all of that, make sure that you're taken off of everything. Now, as you do that, set up a spreadsheet, just a simple Excel spreadsheet with all of the different portals. This is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of the different logins and passwords on that spreadsheet. And then also next to it, if there is a subscription tied to this, the dates on when it is going to renew again in case they would prefer not to do that. Let's see what else. I also will put a little description next to the Excel cell. I'm just saying like what this particular thing is for because it's not always obvious like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they know all what that is. But if I was using Social Pilot, I had to say this is what I use so that I can post to multiple things at the same time. It's however much money a month, it renews at this time so that they have all of the information. And then also I would, if your company doesn't have a YouTube channel, I would set up a YouTube channel that's just set to private, and you can have all of these videos be private, and you just have a link that somebody can see that video if they have a link to the video. And then I would just create a walkthrough of each of the portals. So you can create, just if you have a Mac or something, you can use QuickTime and do a screen recording and just walk through each of the portals and show how to log in, if there's anything that anybody needs to know, so that that is there in case there is no lap over between you and a new social media manager. If the new social media manager doesn't get in for another month or so, you have all of this there so that they won't be contacting you later with all these random questions. So I just created kind of like a little YouTube playlist on this is how you log into this portal. And this is what I do in there. This is how you find certain things. I made a lot of graphics and stuff in Canva. I took out anything that wasn't necessary in Canva, but I then changed the account login for Canva so that the next social media manager could have that, so they have access to all of the designs and images and stuff that I had used over the course of so many years. Basically, it's that golden rule of what would be helpful to you if you were coming in and starting this job. Let's do that for the next person as you're on your way out. And if you are a business watching this and you're wanting to make a change in your marketing, I would certainly ask for all of these things to be implemented to have you be in the best place possible. I really do think that some of the biggest mistakes that businesses make is to not take as much ownership as they should over their social media portals. They let other people handle them. I cannot tell you the number of times that people have come to me and be like, I don't know how to get into my website. I don't know how to get into my Facebook. There's 10,000 followers. I have no clue on how to post to it, on how to, this is a big deal. Business owners should really take this way more seriously. So as things are being set up, make sure that it's not being set up in that social media manager's personal email. But if it is, let's make sure to get a generic email in there before they leave and a spreadsheet with all of the passwords, all of the information, all the subscription info. I mean, this is also just a good practice for social media managers to do as they're working to, have this Excel file already created so it's not all that difficult. Oh, also just for your own portfolio, take like a screenshot of where the follower counts were when you got there versus when you left, just, because you were there working. You can't take that with you, but you can at least say like, hey, I grew this Facebook page from 0 to 15,000 followers when I was there. Somebody else is managing it now, but I got it there, right? So, take some of that information because that was your work, and that way you can prove to the next place where you want to go work what you have done. So yeah, I think that's it. I wish you well in your journey as a social media manager. I do hope you subscribe for lots of marketing tips in the future, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.